Hi. So today I'm gonna show you how I spend around 30 minutes planning my LinkedIn content for the entire month. So let me show you exactly how the workflow looks inside Podawa. The first thing I do, I go to the templates section in here. One thing I like here is that the templates are already grouped by different content types. So if you're looking for a story, a case study, an educational post, an opinion, or even something more personal, you can quickly filter them. I usually think about this based on my own content pillars. For example, if you're a founder, maybe one pillar is building your company, another is customer stories, another could be product updates or lessons you've learned. If you're a marketer, your pillars will probably look completely different. Usually I try to plan 8 posts per month. I don't want 8 random posts. I want a nice mix, maybe one story, sometimes a case study and an educational post, something a little more personal. So, because when you mix different formats, your content feels much more natural over time. So, let's pick this one. I tested it so you don't have to. I actually like this format because case studies almost always do well on LinkedIn. They're specific. You're not saying this tool looks great or is great. You're saying I tried it and here's what actually happened. Whether the result was good or bad doesn't really matter. People trust experience much more than opinions. So if you've tested a tool, a strategy, or a new workflow, or maybe even changed the way you work, you've probably got a great post already. So you can go and use this template. I also like adding one post every month that's not about me. This one is a great example. One mistake I see is people only talking about themselves, but if someone shared an idea that changed how you think, you should talk about it. Tag them and give them credit. You're bringing another voice into the conversation, and that's usually much more interesting than another "here are my 5 tips" post. And you should tag creators that can also help your post reach a wider audience because it naturally brings more people into the conversation. Make sure it's relevant. Don't tag people just to get attention. People can tell the difference between giving genuine credit and simply tagging someone for visibility. Let's go and choose another template. I really like this one too. Transformation stories are easy to follow because they have a beginning, a middle, and an end. So instead of saying, here's my advice, you're showing people what actually changed. Maybe it's how you found your first client, or maybe it's how you became more productive, or maybe it's how you finally solved a problem at work. People connect with progress, and when you explain the journey instead of only the result, your content feels much more relatable. So yeah, go ahead and use this template. This is one people don't post often enough, I think, because most creators introduce themselves just once and then never again. The thing is, your audience changes all the time. Someone who started following you last week has no idea who you are. So every few months, I think it's a good idea to tell people what you do, what you help, and what you're focusing on right now. Those posts usually perform much better than people expect because they help new followers connect with you. And then once I find a template I like, so let's say this one, I simply click use template. And now we are inside the editor. Think of the template as a starting point. This is where I replace the examples with my own story. So let's actually write this one together. Okay, so I wrote it with my own voice and style. Notice that I'm not trying to tell my entire life story here. I'm just answering 3 simple questions. Who am I? What do I write about? And why should someone follow me? If you've worked with companies before, this is also a great place to mention them. You can tag companies you've worked at, clients you've helped, or even people you've collaborated with. It gives people more context about your experience, and it also makes the post feel much more personal. If I'm stuck, I'll sometimes use AI to generate a first draft. Personally, I don't publish AI generated content as it is. I mostly use it, get past the blank page, then I rewrite it. I add my own examples. I remove anything that doesn't sound like me. Your experience is still the most valuable part of the post. AI just helps you get started a little faster, so you can maybe optimize what I've written here. Then inside Podawa you have also so many options. You can improve your hook, fix grammar, score this post, or create image idea. You just have to ask Podawa Studio and it will do everything for you. And also one important thing I check before scheduling is a viral score inside Podawa. So the opening of your post, what most people call the hook, is probably the most important sentence you'll write. If people don't stop at the first sentence, they never get to the rest of your story. So I'll usually try a couple of different hooks before publishing. I don't follow the score blindly, but it's a really useful second opinion that helps me spot opportunities to make the opening stronger. It says 78 score, so for me it's great. I'll just move this dot here. Another thing I almost never skip is the first comment. Honestly, I think it's one of the most underrated parts of LinkedIn post. So sometimes I'll add a resource, sometimes I'll continue the story there, sometimes I'll ask a question to encourage more replies. For this introduction post, I'll probably write something like this. And maybe an emoji if this is your style. Questions like this usually work well because they are simple to answer. You're inviting people to conversation instead of ending it with a full stop. So that's exactly what you want LinkedIn to become, a discussion and not just a post. Once everything looks good, you go and schedule. One thing I really like here is that I don't have to switch between different tools. I've got my ideas here, I've written the post, I've polished it, checked the hook, added my first comment, and now I can schedule it all in the same place. And then I just repeat the same process for the rest of the month. So let's say, for example, I will post this to 11. I like to do 02 and then schedule. Honestly, the whole thing usually takes me around 20 or 30 minutes, and after that I don't wake up every morning wondering what should I post today. That decision is already made. I can spend my time improving the post instead of trying to come up with new ideas every single day. So yeah, that's pretty much my workflow. Nothing fancy. This is just a process I've found works best for me. One mistake I used to make was waiting until I felt inspired to write. Some weeks I'll post 3 months, other weeks nothing. Planning ahead completely changed that. So now I always know what's coming next, and showing up on LinkedIn feels a lot less stressful. If you'd like to try this workflow yourself, I leave a few helpful articles from the Podawa blog in the description below. We're also going to publish more videos like this, where we break down real LinkedIn workflows, content ideas, and examples you can actually use. If that sounds useful, consider subscribing here. And if you have any questions or there's a LinkedIn topic you'd like us to cover next, leave a comment below. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.